Well, how crucial that was for Wolves. It's finished. Southampton 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2. And finally, a huge 3 points for Wolverhampton Wanderers this afternoon. Big win for Wolves. And finally, 3 points just to ease that pressure and lift us, put us in a much better position in the league table. How much Wolves needed that. We had to work for it. But yeah, my name's Dave, talking Wolves. Give me my thoughts on today's game and let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys. And hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Nuno playing more or less. I think it was the same. No, there was one change from that game against Leicester. It was Patricio who started in goal. Johnny playing at left wing back today. The centre backs of Romain Saiss, Connor Cody, and Leander Dendoncker, with Nelson Semedo at right back. Neves and Martinho at central midfield, and then Neto, Adama, and Willian Jose as a front three. And you know what? I normally criticise us for how poor we are in the opening stages of the game, but we actually, we held on to the ball quite a little bit more. We went at Southampton a little bit more towards the start of the game. It was probably first 5 minutes still very, very sloppy. We gave the ball away quite cheaply, allowed them a little bit too much space and time on the ball. But it was still slow. We weren't really getting the ball up to the attackers in good areas. And then obviously the goal to concede was really, really disappointing. And it's been a little bit too often this season where Wolves have defended quite poorly and given away these goals. For this one, there's so many areas that are poor. And, the first one being Armstrong literally dribbles past Semedo and Adama as if they weren't there. Those two, either one of them just got to stick a foot out to win that ball. Then Dendoncker, not tight enough on Armstrong. I'm not too sure when he's 5 yards outside our box why he's got his hands behind his back. He's come up to him, giving him way too much time to whip that ball in. And then Danny Ings again, volleys it in with some serious power as if no Wolves defenders are in the box. So that was pretty disappointing, to be honest, that we allowed it so easy for them. But it was poor, really, that first half. We just didn't offer anything going forward. And I thought, you know what, it's going to be one of those games again. A lot of people getting unhappy at half time. But yeah, you should never, allow the game to finish. Nuno's still got 15 minutes with the boys at half time, and whatever he said obviously worked. Getting that early penalty in the second half was huge. I think, as we know, the earlier you can get a goal in that second half, the more pressure you can put on a team like Southampton, who I know they beat us at Molineux on Thursday, but they're still very fragile after that because they need a league win really as well. But to win that penalty, it is a penalty in 2021 all day, every day. Bertrand could say it was harsh, but for me, we've conceded penalties for much less than that. So when you got your arm out there, whether you're facing the ball or not, it's a penalty for me. And Ruben Neves makes no mistake whatsoever. Beautiful penalty to get us back in the game. And I was rubbing my hands together. I thought, here we go. Let's build on this now. We looked a little bit more better going forward. And it looked like Nuno had changed a couple of things around. We started with Adama on the left-hand side, which I think we pretty much stuck with throughout the rest of the second half. But what I noticed more were that we had played a lot more narrow. Willian Jose, Neto and Adama playing much closer together. Very similarly to how we beat Southampton last season, where we were 2-0 down and came back. We played like Neto and Adama as like a triangle as a front three, much tighter and closer together, and it worked perfectly, really. Like Neto was a number 10, but they just worked a lot tighter together, and that worked for me. Getting the ball down, moving the ball a little bit quicker, and in the end we got that goal. Beautiful goal from Pedro Neto. You know what? When you're struggling to score goals, just get your star man to do it all by himself. Lovely turn to get himself in the area. Just opens it up onto his left foot and curls it in. A beautiful finesse shot into the far side of the net. And that's a sort of goal reminding me of, a Sylvan Ebanks-Blake or Helder Costa-esque goal, very similar to that Costa goal against QPR a couple of years ago under Paul Lambert. But they're the goals, and that's a bit of quality that Wolves have lacked and needed over these last month or so, and a huge goal for us, really. And one of the better things for me throughout that second half was that we didn't really sit deep and allow Southampton to get at us for the next sort of 15, 20 minutes. We, still played our game. We still had some good moves. Like I say, when Adama, Willian Jose, Neto are a bit tighter together, the way those guys were doing triangle passes, we had a slight chance as well, where we played a really good passage of play and played it into Jose, which went a little bit too far away from the goal. But overall, I felt that second half, the performance was much better than that first half. The slight downside is we've just got to stop conceding the first goal. We're giving the teams head starts too often. But it's a huge sigh of relief. A big smile on my face for the rest of the afternoon at least. And yeah, I'm sure a very happy Valentine's Day for a lot of us. But yeah, individually, performances, Patricio I thought was great, made a couple of good saves. I know the Che Adams one was offside, but when we allowed Ward-Prowse that little bit of room on the edge of the box, I thought, no. Good first save and a fantastic double save. I know offside, Adams was offside, but that's the difference between a good goalkeeper and a class goalkeeper. Just, the way he got up so quickly and stopped that. Defence did its job, I think, today, other than the goal, which was disappointing. And they allowed a little bit of pressure at times. I thought they were resolute. Kept Danny Ings pretty quiet for the majority of the game. Minamino as well, who starred, did okay on his debut for Southampton last week, was almost non-existent and he came off. So I think we did really well to restrict them. Midfield, Neves and Martinho had to work hard. I thought Neves was really, really good at just recycling that ball again. As the pressure eased a little bit in the second half, and I don't know what it was really, whether Southampton just sort of ran out of energy because they are like a gegenpress style. They do like to press heavy with obviously Hassan Hutel. Maybe they started to tire in that second half, the Thursday, Sunday games catching up with them, but just allowed Wolves that little bit more room and time. And yeah, the front three, Willian Jose again a little bit quiet, but what I like about him, he brings other players into play. And I said it on the preview for this game, I just want to see him being a little bit more selfish. Have a dig at goal, And I think, yeah, they had a couple of opportunities where he could have done that, but I like how he brings other players into play. And obviously we were able to see Fabio Silva, who obviously didn't get much of the ball, but used those fresh legs and energy just to press Southampton a little bit towards the end of the game. And then Neto and Adama. Again, Adama can be frustrating in spells, but unbelievable in other spells. And I think just his work rate today caused Southampton an issue, just driving us up the pitch quite well, drawing fouls again. And Pedro Neto was Pedro Neto. I think that, Nuno needs a lot of credit for that little tweak and change he made at half-time. I think he needs credit for the work rate he's getting out of Adama these last couple of weeks. Since sort of the Arsenal game, maybe the game before that, I think Adama's been much, much better. And Nuno ain't going to get credit for that. People are still talking about different managers, but let's allow these players to come back to full fitness. Johnny, fantastic to see him get close to 70 minutes today after such a long injury. Great to see Marcel back as well, but huge 3 points. And then we move on to Leeds, I think it is next league game. So yeah, please guys, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of your weekend, enjoy your week coming up. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new guys, and until next time, I'll see you all very, very soon.